Unmute my mic. Essential. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Guess who is here? Guess who's live? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining. I see you guys were chatting ahead of time. That always kind of spooks me when I turn on my laptop. Like, wait a minute, how are they chatting before I'm even opened up the stream? Has this thing been on? Type a one if you are here live. If it's your first time, is it your first time live with Mzansi Unfiltered in 2025? I still can't get used to saying 2025, but the more I say it, the better it is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live. Let me know in the chat where you are joining from. We are here just to catch up on what happened in court yesterday. I see already some comments. You are tanks and tanks of drama. You know what? I've never met you, but you've pretty much hit it on the nail. I get that a lot. I get that a lot. Washawena. We are waiting. Knock, knock. Anybody there? I am here. I am here. We enter by liking the live. That's right. That's right. We enter by liking the live. I don't want to do like audits right now, but I trust in the people. I trust that you guys are liking. Just come on, take a seat, get a drink, grab a drink. Did I even grab something? Do I have a drink here? Do I have a drink? No, I'm going to suffer through it, but that's okay. Probably I'll play an ad and go get something. Register your likes. Thank you, Dan. Yes, yes, please. I see the ones are coming in. Devin in the house. You know what? Ernest, Stanley, Amanda. This is their first time joining us in 2025. You know what? Thank you for joining. I'm excited to have you here. Type a 2 in the comment section if you are watching from the replay. Because let me tell you something about the replay gang. They have my heart because they comment as well as if we're still live. And sometimes I think they don't know that we're not live anymore. So I want to give acknowledgement to the replay gang. Shout out to the replay gang. Thanks so much for joining us as well. Absolutely appreciate it when you guys join in. Pagati inside, Durban in the house, live from outside East 82nd Street. No, New York, New York. I almost said Northwest. I don't know why. East 82nd Street. I'm trying to even try to visualize. Give us landmarks. Give us landmarks. We don't know where 82nd Street is, but give us landmarks, or let me think, what else is there? Landmarks. That's the only way I could have my bearing. East. Okay. Yeah. East. Live from outside East 82nd Street, New York, New York, New York. No Monday. Vazidlule. Hello, darling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, family. We are inside Pagati, inside within. That's right. Evening, evening, Mlungisi. Hi, JJ. I never know what to call you because it says JJVD. That's what I see on my screen. So let me know if JJ is good. Hey, Mzansi Unfiltered. Good to hear your voice. I am hearing you all the way from Addis Ababa. Really? I never knew that. Much love to you and your tireless effort to uncover the truth. I never knew where you were before. Thanks for sharing that. Wow, you are very, very, very far away. What time is it there? And what is the weather like? Kulugutu, Parati inciting and like. That's right, Dorcas. Thank you. Listening from Bramley, Johannesburg. Ooh, I love that I did this whole time check. No, you are not in the DRC, Tapua. Live from Goma, DRC. Really? Are you in the DRC? Like the DRC? Like the DRC, the one? No, that's Rwanda. Rwanda is the one where the president is like, bring it on. Upper East Side. Zambia in the house. Wow, guys, you guys are from everywhere. Live from Canavan, watching from Grasswood. Yes, 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 Grasswold. What am I saying? Watching from the UK. Watching from Limpopo. I think that's my first Limpopo. Love you, my late. I love you more. Singenilem Kulugutu. Hi, boss lady from Oh my God, that's a hard one. And like they just did it so that they could twist our tongues and change. They changed from Quebec. Hey GQ in the building, live from Bloemfontein. You know what? We're going to be in Bloemfontein. I think that we'll have to just go to the what's it called? Appeals court. Why can't I remember the name right now? You guys have me so excited. I'm forgetting names. But at Bloemfontein, we're just gonna have to come because the Pretoria North High Court. Wow, wow, it's been a while in there. Okay, so your time isn't so different. Okay, perfect. It gets chilly in the evening, goes down to 7 to 8 degrees Celsius, and gets hot during the day. Hello, Mzansi. Hi, Noel. Hi, guys. Welcome to today's live. What is on the schedule? What is on the agenda? I just wanted us to chit chat, join each other. Let me see. Let me put the link in the chat. Um, we already did a live this year. One second, let me paste this in. Then I have to pin it. See, this is a one-man show, okay? Like my cats is one-woman show. This is a one-woman show. I gotta do all these things by myself. Now I have to pin the link so that you guys get to see it. Why is this not there? Let me go to the chat. There we go. Let me see. How do I pin myself? Pin message. There. So it's going to be there. Anytime anyone wants to come up, you just hit that. You go ahead, you hit that. Which button is it? Which button is it? You hit the link at the top. It's yellow. Okay. It says Mzansi Unfiltered. That tells you you're coming inside Pagati. And then I'll beam you up, okay, to the screen. And then you can join. You can join camera on, camera off. I'm not very particular about that. Soweto! KZN representing. I see you with the peace sign. Cape Town, yay! Soweto, Paris, France, yes. I was having a conversation. Speaking of Paris, France, I was having a conversation with somebody. Dan is here with somebody, and I was like, I didn't enjoy my time in France. It was horrible. It was cold. Blah 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 blah. And then they said to me, "Where did you go?" And I was like, the tourist places in Paris. Like, did you go to Monaco? They listed all these other places. They pulled out the map. I'm like, no, I didn't go to all those places. Nobody said that. So it's quite exciting. Because wait, how do I do it? How do I do it? Why would it say remove? What is remove the option? The only option I have is Diana, you there? Okay, there. Because it was saying remove. Almost removed. Dan, are you listening on two devices? Because we're hearing an echo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had me in the room. I'm actually at work and somebody's doing something in the background. I didn't know you could pick it up so clear. How are you?
I'm great,
Excellent.
thank you.
Good. I hope the background isn't too bad, and I hope you can hear me clear.
No, it's not bad because I don't hear myself anymore.
Okay,
Um,
I'm trying to get away.
Ma Presh, I'm beaming you up as well. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm adding you to the stage. Welcome.
I'm just gonna mute myself for a second until you get started. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Let me just try to find this.
Are we there? Are we there? I have to align this better. Why are they circles? Why are these things circles? I don't like the circle view. Okay, let me figure that out. Okay, so Nogobonga is here. How come I didn't get a notification for this live? Listen, I created the live, and then I said, you know what? Somebody's going to say I never got a notification, and then I shared it to my community post, and then I don't know why. So I don't know why. I have no idea why. But the good news is you are here now. You found us. And it's what? Nzonzi says it was Too early this morning. What do you mean was too early this morning? What was too early this morning? Westonia, Western, Ghana. Guys, what is going on? There's Ghana, there's DRC. Who else did we have? We also had Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa. What am I saying? Addis Ababa. Wow, Ghana in the building. Shout out to you. Thank you. Thank you. Coming April, lots of drama. Listen, at this point, we're just going to wait until Mnisi says mic check 1, 2, 3, because even in April he can come and say nah. So today, I don't know if you guys caught my video earlier. Coming April, there's gonna be a lot of drama. I hope you are energy level is what? I hope you are energy level is power. Can't wait for Mnisi. Botswana! Action is here. Westonia. Matati. I don't know where that is. In the Eastern Cape. Guys, the whole country is here. The whole country and also Africa. And then we have a little bit nyana of Europe. And then we also have over there, who else do we have? We also have America. So we now need Asia. We now need Asia. Asia and Australia. I've never had anyone check in from Australia. What's going on down under? Oh, I think it's the time. I think it's the time difference. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's live. Do you see us? Let me see if I can fix my screen. Give me one quick second. Hide. There, we see you. Hi. Who's there? E2? Can you hear us? I think we're going through some tech glitches, Nyana, over there. When you're ready, just shout and give me a big high five. Nani is here. Nani, it has been a long time. I tried to check for you live yesterday. I didn't catch you. No, you didn't go live yesterday. Nisi will show them flames live from Saudi Arabia. Wow. Hello, family. Hello, Mzansi Unfiltered. Hi, Nani. Hello, hello, hello. So, okay, we've got the highs out of the way. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just so excited just to have you guys show up. I wanted to talk about what happened in court yesterday. Drop a 2 in the comment section if you watched yesterday's session. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, okay, down below. But most importantly, hello. Nisi said, I'm not ready. Okay. Nisi said, I don't know what you were thinking I can read 45,000 pages. Sorry, I didn't go live yesterday. Okay, okay. I don't know what you were thinking I will finish 45,000 pages in less than 2 weeks, because it really wasn't 14 days. It really wasn't 14 days. We just threw that number out there because, with Judge Rata, you just got to ask for a little bit. You just got to go a little bit. Don't ask for too much because he's going to bite the hand that feeds you. And Mnisi came back and said, well, I have some news. You're not going to like the news. I am not ready. And one thing about me, I am Mnisi Wemvula. I do everything thoroughly. Okay. I do not play and I don't play about my money. Yeah, there was something about legal aid saying Moses Sibia has got to pick somebody from inside Pagati within the defense team. Okay, check. He did that. But what you're not going to do is tell me how to do my job. What you're not going to do is, are you aware this is being streamed live? Have you seen Obondaba, as Judge Retta calls it? Have you seen how many YouTube channels are out there? Have you seen how brutal those guys are? Have you heard Team State over there on the TikTok app? And you expect me to just haphazardly represent Moses Sevilla? You do not know me, okay? You do not know who I am. I'm going to take my sweet time. And while I do that, I'll be invoicing you the hours. That's right, legal aid. The hours that you were trying to avoid paying a new lawyer. I still need to go through the record. And you know what, guys? As I was thinking about it, I was like, wait, if he's going through the record, if he's going through 45,000 pages of the record, inside Pagati, that record is definitely the trial within a trial. Can I get an amen from somebody? Does that mean Mnisi is representing Umuzi Sevilla from scratch, like literally starting over? And if he feels there's an angle he can take with those confessions, that Mnisi is going to take it? You see, Mnisi is the kind of man, he's very, very thorough. If you haven't already guessed it, I absolutely love his style. Okay. I thoroughly enjoy the way that he handles Brigadier Gininda. Okay. His style is very, very different from the late advocate Ngomezulu, but he's definitely not afraid. Okay. And then he has the added advantage of that he was a prosecutor, and then he knows the system. He understands the system enough that he's always the mic guy. Have you guys noticed when the defense have something to say, they say, Mnisi, you tell him. You tell him. He listens to you. He's gonna bite my hair. I'm sure there's like, no, for me, I'm already a female. Okay. I'm already a female. He's just gonna already attack me just for the fact that I represent the female crowd in the group. So wow, Mnisi, I think he's going to take it. I think he's definitely going to tackle a trial within a trial. What do you think? Drop a three if you think that he is or he should. I think he should, because he said something yesterday. He said, I'm going through the record and I'm not reading it like a novel. It's not like I'm seated on my couch reading a novel. I'm reading the record. And as I read the record, I'm going through, the relevant parts. I'm not going to go through accused number three's girlfriend's testimony. Like, what does that got to do with Muzi Sibuya? Unless they were sharing the girlfriend, which they were not. So that's not part of the evidence. So it's irrelevant, my lord. Okay. So I'm just going to skip past that, which means he's going through everything, everything, and everything. He's not even going to get to the part where he's going to call Ngome Zulu's wife and be like, can I please cut the notes? Can I please have the notes? Because Mnisi is so thorough. If you remember when it was time for solitary confinement and he stood up and made an appeal for accused number three, he said that he would not even be able to continue with the SENZO MEYIWA trial if he had to take on accused number three solitary confinement case. Do you guys remember that? And he said if he had to take that on, they would have to take off about 3 weeks so he could go and prepare. So one thing about Umnisi, he's not going to be cross-examining from the bar. He's not just going to be shooting from the from his pants on that day. No, he's preparing himself. He's preparing what angle he's going to take. And I get the feeling it's going to be very, very different from what we have seen with what Advocate Ngome Zulu was doing. Let me know your thoughts on that. Dan, you're back.
Yeah, I want to mention something about the trial within the trial, and I'm glad that Advocate Mnisi is relooking at the record. There was a point in the trial within the trial when Ganinda had went up for he went. It was particularly examination. He was being examined by a Beloy. That was his first time appearing. I'm not sure which day of the week, first day, second day, third day, but it was a trial within a trial. And Nisi, and I mentioned this on your channel before, that there was, let me get away from the noise, that there was a time when either the judge or somebody in the defense was pointing out to Beloy that you you had a heads of argument about a robbery gone wrong, but now we're entering the terrain of a hit. So Beloy said out of his own mouth, and this is the part that I need Anisi to bring up to the record as a quote, because this is a mistrial. This, as soon as you say it, Beloy said, my lord, it is the state's view that it's either one or the other. Now, under the circumstance of beyond reasonable doubt, how can a prosecutor say it's either one or the other? You don't prosecute people and say it's either one or the other, meaning it's either a robbery gone wrong or it's a masterminded hit. So that for me is beyond just an argument that could win. That is something that the judge needs to consider in his deliberations. Yeah, but I wanted to just make that point. And I guess there was just something else I wanted to talk about, but it's off topic. So I guess after the topic, I'll gladly come back. But I'll just be listening for what your take on that is.
Okay, so you actually reminded me of something as well. So the fact that they were presenting it as a robbery gone wrong, now I'm just going to take us back a little bit, okay? I'm going to take us back to Judge Maumela and what Judge Rata said yesterday. Oh my God, I'm going to get a tongue twister today. But did you guys hear a whole sitting judge who drives a, is it V? No, what's it called? Who drives a eight-cylinder vehicle? Eight cylinders, a whole eight cylinders coming to court and telling us with his own mouth, his own admission, that he read the record of Judge Maumela. You see, Mnisi, I didn't just come to court with an empty head. I read the record before. So why are you out here pretending you don't know people's names? Why are you out here pretending you don't know what their testimony is? I mean, I am yet to even go back to Mamela to see, wait a minute. Now we have to compare what was said in that trial and what was said in this trial. And what's Judge Rata going to do? Which judgment is he going to set his judgment based on? The record that he read or the trial that he's actually presiding over? That is very, very concerning for me. Very, very, very concerning for me. But with regards to Nisi, Muzi, and a trial within a trial, I think this is a great opportunity. But sadly, though, this is definitely going to slow the trial down. I think it's not going to end this year. That's my prediction. But because Mnisi is such a thorough guy, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. He should take all the time that he needs, first of all. Secondly, he must continuously invoice, okay, if he has to even inflate that invoice. Because how dare legal aid set terms and conditions of what they want Moses Sevilla to do? And then they really did push him into a hole. They said by Friday, remember, it was, I think, Advocate Ngomezulu passed away on a Tuesday. Wednesday, they were in court. They asked Moses Sibiya, did you hear about the passing of your attorney? You have to let us know if you're going to represent yourself or you're going to find your own legal representation. But legal aid is offering that they will go ahead and, sponsor your fees, but they'll only do it if you go ahead and pick from within the defense team. Oh, and by the way, you have to pick from the defense team and you have to make that decision by Friday because we're going away for the Christmas holidays, and if you want us to do everything, then that's how it's going to work. That is how it's going to work. Which in my opinion, I felt like you're processing that your legal representation has passed away. You haven't even had time to even mourn that, what that means. There's stuff that you probably talked to him. There's probably, you put your faith, your freedom in Advocate Ngomezulu. Now you have to process that he has passed away. And within that same space, now you have to decide, are you going to represent yourself? Are you going to call your uncle? What's your uncle going to say? Oh, I don't have my uncle's phone number. I don't know his phone number. Nobody told me to carry the phone book. The phone book is back over there in my prison room. And then I have to get back and then beg for time to use the phone. And then maybe or maybe not, I might get a hold of my uncle. And then, oh my goodness, now I have this deadline, which is Friday, to make a decision. And I have to pick from four: Advocate Mshololo, Advocate Numalo, Advocate Nisi, or is it going to be Ramasipili again? But wow, are you guys processing how much information he had to process in that space of time? He literally had less than 48 hours to make a decision. He did make the decision. I went back to watch what happened that day. And when Nisi, of course, the spokesperson for the defense, turns up, he's like, yeah, we hear what legal aid says. We just all now need to go back and figure out who wants to take on Umuzi Sibia as an additional client. You know what? We're not even going to beat about the bush. Taking on Moses Sibia for the defense team meant extra revenue, okay? Extra money, okay? More money, okay? More money, more work, more money. So I'm not saying that is Advocate Nisi's motive. I'm just stating the obvious that he of all the defense now is being paid more. And every time that they don't sit in court, I don't know what their contracts are. I'm just talking high level. Every time that they don't sit in court, they're not being paid. And confirmation, allegedly, is when Shololo said, no, 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 I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. I'm not flying to Pretoria and then sitting here for 5 minutes to hear Mnisi say he's not done. While his tab is still going and mine shuts down the second I don't do anything in court. So, no, okay, we are not working this term. We have our own practices. Let us go and work. Someone put in the comment section that Mshololo wants to go work in her side hustle. Like, how can you call a legal attorney's practice a side hustle? Wow, that was hilarious. And I thought that was fair. I thought that was fair. I thought what was even fair was for the first time, Judge Rutten listened to Shalolo. He didn't interrupt her. He definitely grunted out what she said. So let me do a quick check in the comment section over here. Um, I see the twos. Ondava, Onondava, please be ready for April. That's right. Okay. You guys are being called to the line of duty. And you know what? I love that he tells on himself. I love that too because it means that he sees what's going on, he hears the noise. So the noise just needs to get louder. And when he does good, I think as well we should also applaud him. Maybe that's how we will reverse engineer and get the courtroom operating as a courtroom instead of a tavern. Okay. But Lindiwe says, "Hi, family. Great meeting you." Da, da, da. She is joining us from Durban. Nani says, "I'm glad Nisi is showing them legal aid and Valui the middle finger. He is showing them that he doesn't care." Okay. I don't think Advocate Nisi would show them the middle finger. He knows churches. He told us that he knows churches. So he's definitely not going to be throwing no middle fingers anywhere. Hi Nani. Nani is in the room beaming you up. Hi Nani. Welcome.
Hi guys, how are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. Guys, season greetings to everyone.
Yes, this is our first time chatting this year.
Yes, it is. Personally, I'm very, very happy that Umnis is showing Baloy because, in my view, personal view, this is
Mm-hmm.
all Baloy is doing, guys. This thing of legal aid is controlled by Baloy, in my view. Because tell me why, when Mgomezulu needed to be paid, Mgomezulu was not paid. Because I do not believe that when Ramsipile brought Mgomezulu, there was no discussion. I want to believe there was a discussion that happened, and that discussion was he's going to do his invoices, and then blah boom, he's going to get paid. Jiggy Jiggy, when he has to get paid now, there were stories, blah, 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 blah. Well, then I suppose Mgomezulu had a conversation with Umuzi and the family, and then they decided, you know what, you're going to stay on because we all could see ukuthi uRamsipilo uthwele kanzima. But for them not to pay Mgomezulu, it came as a result of most of the things that he revealed throughout the entire case during the trial within a trial. That's my 2 cents opinion when it comes to that. And then when they used Uram Sipile to be the one that is going to be the barrier of bad news, telling Muzi that if anything happens again and he needs assistance, he might never, I don't know if they said might never or they will never assist him. It came as a surprise to us as South Africans. In fact, as people that are watching the case, that they did not wait, not even for a second that Wednesday. It was them that were telling Muzi. It was not Muzi who was knocking on their door. It was them that were funzing umuzi ukuthi bona, here we
Mm.
are, if you want and you need to do it now. So I've got money, I can assist you, but I can assist you on my terms and conditions. For me, it is the same thing that happened to Mgomezulu's payment. So nje inukukusha nje yonke indaba yakhona. Then again, now I am enjoying what Mnisi is doing, guys. I know abanye abantu are not happy with with how now we're gonna come back with it. Initially, when Umshololo got up and said no, let's come back in the second quarter, I was not impressed. But
Mm.
when I sat down and thought about it, I was like, no man, actually Umshololo is right. I don't know if it's their strategy or not, but I'm happy with how it went about, because these people thought that a new person is gonna use the entire quarter, the first quarter, and then there will be delays. Guess what? It has to be done.
It
It
has to.
has to be done that way. There is no other way, because in uh, Mnisi's life was involved around I choose number three the entire time. He had no business of keeping up with Moses' versions and confessions and stuff. Yes, he was listening, he was there, but not. I'm sure it was not thoroughly, because he was not his client. But now it's an all new ball game when he has to represent him. He needs to make sure that everything is done thoroughly. I was happy when I sat down and my mind was cooled down, and I realized actually Umshololo did us a big favor here, and I'm glad it happened that way.
Even when Shololo said 6 months, thank you for adding to the conversation. I appreciate that. So many points that you touched on, which are great. But let me touch on Shololo. When Shololo said 6 months, and then she's like, "Oh, oops, 6 weeks." Even at 6 months, to me, I wasn't surprised at the 6 month suggestion, because a book is about. Let me reach out for a book. Okay. So I have Michelle Obama's Becoming Becoming Michelle Obama. Okay. This book is 425 pages. And that takes what? And you're just reading. You're just reading. You're on a couch. You're just taking your time and you're reading as you go. You're not analyzing anything. You're not taking down notes. You're not trying to contact XYZ for a consultation to verify what they had said. You're not trying to call, what is it called, correctional services to book an appointment to see Umuzi and see when and where, and there's no travel time involved. That's just 495 pages. 400 pages. And that typically takes, I don't know, a week or two to read. Umnisi is being given, what, 2 months to read 45,000 pages. And they're not, have you guys read the transcripts? The transcripts are written, you hear when Gininda is reading the transcripts how he's struggling. So they're written something like, Baloy, why did you not come to court on Sunday? And then Gininda. So do you see, it's not complete sentences, it's not paragraphs. So the reading style is even different. Of course, they're professionals and they know how to read that and understand that better. I know personally I'd get bored. I would personally go and watch the lives again than to read. But that's just how I would do it. Okay. Different learning styles. I'm a visual learner, but that's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking Nshalolo was she was speaking from her perspective. She wasn't speaking from a Mnisi perspective. Do you guys get what I mean? She was saying, you know what, this is a waste of my time. That we keep coming here and Mnisi is not ready. So why not give him all the time he needs so that when he comes next time, he's ready to go? And you know what? Let's just write off this term. Let's write it off completely. And I think that was the right decision. And I love that the judge, I can't even believe I'm using that word in reference to the judge, but there's a first time for everything.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
I
I
love
understand
that the judge,
exactly what you mean.
yeah, because it was like, wait, what am I saying? Where am I going with this? I really do love that the judge moved away from his 6 weeks. He thought he was doing a thing. He thought he ate. Okay, he thought he was like, okay, Mnisi, I'm gonna double it from 3 weeks. We're going to six, and then from 6 weeks, he's like, you know what? Let's just write this whole term off because you know what? Me and my 8 cylinders, I can't be driving here to not do any work. Okay, I have a life. I already missed out. Remember, he canceled whatever it was that he was doing on the 8th of January, and he was very upset about that. But he had to cancel it to be there so that Nisi says how far he needs. And then they came to court yesterday only for them not to even start. So, yeah. I think that was interesting. So kudos to Shalolo. And there's a time I used to call her queen of adjournments. One thing about Shalolo, don't play with her time. Do not mess with Shalolo and her time. She doesn't like it. So,
Do you know what else I picked up yesterday? That was
mhm.
the vibe between Umshololo and the judge. It was a different vibe. It was the first time hearing the judge agreeing with Umshololo, going on the lines of Umshololo, doing things that are said by Umshololo. That was my first time, guys. I got shocked. I was shocked. I needed Mnisi to ask it, what's going on, guys? What's going on between the two of you?
New
I was
year, new
shocked.
me. New year, new me. That's the judge.
and And the last part that I want to say, guys, is this. Guys, uJudge Rata, when he spoke of Abondaba, ebechaza unoni M podcast, ukwazi Bear, Mzansi Unfiltered, Mzansi Reality, uClantis Dumakude, Infotainment, uSthembiso Mngoma, whoever else is doing the case saying Mkhohliwe, he was talking about those people because when he actually spoke about the media, he actually said the press. Maratina, he said
Ooh.
Abondaba. I
Okay, you
don't know.
listen, Noni. You listen in court,
He
huh?
said the press.
Oh.
Then when he was referring to us, Usbize Abondaba, the only thing that I could say about that is that I'm glad that we make it to big screens like that, to big heads like that, Zabor Judge Rata, because clearly they talk about what we say. We are big, guys. We have made it in South Africa. That's all I want. I'm happy with that.
I think
Uti, did you hear him Zanzi? Uti Abondaba will have Uti, we have public opinions. He we matter. Do you understand? We
public
matter. What we
opinions.
say.
However, it's concerning though. It's
Mm,
concerning that he is paying attention to public opinion. I'm currently watching OJ Simpson on Netflix.
yes.
Woo! It was tense for them. It was tense. So I'm concerned because there's first of all he tells us he read the record. Okay. Then now he's paying attention to what's it called? Ondab. AKA YouTubers. We liked it better when he called us, YouTube experts. He kind of gave us a title.
Yes.
And
I
then the
agree.
media as well. And what did I want to say? I noticed as well that the media, shout out to the media, okay? They are now following the case and doing breakdowns like we do it. And I was like, it's about time. It is about time because you have the platform, you have the reach. Why weren't you doing this all along? Why weren't you breaking down the case all along? Because what? Just putting a 3-second clip as an update for the day
Are you
of
for
what happened
real?
in the court is not enough because not everyone has the luxury to watch the whole 5-hour session because that's a long time and that takes dedication.
Yeah. Me personally, when it comes to Urata saying, I don't know, I could be wrong about my assertion that I'm about to, but I think initially, if you saw how it happened, this thing of this case becoming de novo, initially the news reported that Uma Umela is sick and
Mm-hmm.
it looked like he is in hospital, blah blah blah. I think that is when Ujaj Rata was given the record to
Oh,
familiarize himself with it so that if something happens, because it sounded like it's very serious whatever was happening to Uma Umel. This is me. And then at a later stage, at a last hour, the last hour, they were like, actually, when now you are going to take over this case and do this case. So go on, but we will take Uzandile as the first witness for your case. We're starting from scratch. We are no longer having you taking from wherever he left off. We wanted to start from scratch so that we can deal with this once and for all, and you will do it weekly, I mean daily, so that it can continue and get over with it. That is my understanding of what happened. Not that to judge, right? Because if ever they had a conversation of it being de novo initially,
mm-hmm.
there was never going to be a time whereby they will make the records
Record
officially
available.
available to him. They were made available to him because initially he was gonna be bezobambela umawumela. Then it looked serious, and then they were like, okay, now there were allegations and stuff. They were like, actually, let's for the case, and then you continue with it. I think that's what happened. Not that he had, because there was no way he was gonna have access in J. Think about it.
I don't have an opinion on it. I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm thinking, and the way
Mm.
that I think, I'm like, okay, well, I'll have to go back then and figure out what exactly happened. But do you know who could really give us an opinion on that? Advocate, therefore. I would love to hear his thoughts on that.
You are
Yeah, because
right.
he was present during that time. He was present during that time. No, was he? Was he still, or they had already arrested him? No, he wasn't. I think he was already arrested by the time all these things went down. But yeah, that's my thought. That's my thought on that. Great point, though. That is a good point. I didn't think of that angle. Hmm. I don't know. But should he have admitted that he has? So has he erased that record from his mind? Whatever opinion he formed then, has he erased that? We're all humans. That's the first thing we have to consider, that we're human beings. So he had access to that. Therefore, now the question becomes, Zandi's testimony is different from A and B. What you got to say about that now? And what are you going to do about it as the presiding judge, since you had access to both versions? And you love asking questions anyway as a witness. Why didn't you proceed to ask the questions? What's going on here? So, another topic I want to get into. Let me quickly scan the comments, guys. Please make sure you type Bondaba in the comment section. Okay, I want YouTube to recognize that word. I want YouTube to know that, wait, when they talk about Ondaba, these are the Ndabas right here. um, Clinton says Rata Wow, yes, I agree with you. No, Judge Rata is definitely a micromanager. He tried that with the go and get the notes from Ngomezulu's office. And then now he's like, Moses Sevilla, pick from the four accused, but I'm not making you make a decision. Anytime you say something, even if you're saying, don't choose what I'm saying, I'm not advising you, you're saying it anyway. You're saying it anyway. So Clinton says Rata micromanaging Nisi by counting the number of pages he completes on a daily basis. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? And I love how Nisi responded. He says, the record is not page 1 to 44,000. It's day 1, page 1 to 50. Day 2, page 1 to 65. Day 3, page 1 to 25. So you aren't expecting me to sit down and be writing down how many pages I'm reading. I'm too busy to be counting pages. I'm writing notes on what's going on in these pages, okay? Nani says he needs to start over. Eric says Rata taking himself on this plan. Nani says he has a love and hate relationship with Mnisi. I think they've worked before previously. Before I knew that Nisi was a prosecutor, I wasn't sure what their relationship was, but I think they've worked together before. That's why, if you notice, when he wants to crack his dry jokes, he starts off by Umnisi, and Umnisi will respond or laugh, or I think Nisi can handle him. Um, JJ says, I felt like the judge was up to something fishy out of the blues. He just became too nice and cozy with the defense team. Advocate Nisi has surprised them with his thorough preparation. He absolutely has. I want him to deal with the Mboto confession. That is a good point. Yes. Ooh, that is going to be something. Ooh, yeah. Because I think I did a video this week. Yeah. Brigadier Kininda and Advocate Ngomezulu is asking Kininda, why did you choose Mboto? Why is Mboto the one who took the confession? And then the judge starts to testify because that's what he does best. He starts to testify and says he's a commissioned officer, he can do it, but no, 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 no. Kininda was supposed to call the station and ask for someone to come and take the confession. It was never supposed to be a specific person, but Kininda chose Mboto. Therefore, Advocate Ngomezulu is saying, you guys discuss the case ahead of time and I will prove it to you. Sadly. So wondering what Nisi's going to do with that. So we're going to put a pin on that one. That's a good point, Nun. That is a good point. Um, we are being, Martha says, we are being called Nundabas. That's right. You know what? I'm going to wear it as a badge of honor. Do you know why? Anytime someone tries to put you down, someone tries to call you names, it's very difficult, and they think that they're going to impact your behavior or change your thought process. And then they're going to call you names, demeaning names, especially. They're trying to control you, and they're trying to control what you're saying. So the reason I jump up and down and I'm saying, nope, we're going to own the name is because you're not going to deter us. You're not going to stop us, because until the court operates as a court of law. Like, listen, I was watching the Jocelyn Smith case. It was, I don't know, 10 minutes long. There's no drama. I can't even do a video because my channel, I like to feed off of drama. Okay. Full confession. Um, there's nothing there. It's like, I can't, they're not even showing us. Is she pregnant? Has she given birth? Jocelyn's mother. Has she given birth? The only drama there is they forgot to bring the other two accused. They completely forgot to bring them to court. So court had to adjourn. But everything is working. There's no jokes. There's no reference to Nelson Mandela. Everything is just working well. Even though, like, there was an administrative error, the judge carried herself professionally. And I think that's all we're asking for. That's all we're asking for. Can the courtroom just run in a professional setting? Auxilia says, I'd like him to recall Zungu and deal with him. Zunganizer to the front of the building. Who cooked this case? I don't think Zungu cooked the case. I think Zungu is a pawn. I think he's a very, very small fish in the pond. I think that he just played a role. I don't know who's controlling the show. Dan, you've unmuted. Go ahead.
Yeah, and there's a couple of things on Judge Rata and the possibility of a restart and things like that. I want to. There's a lot of people. I'm not even going to go into names this time. I usually call people out, but there are people who keep trying to provoke certain things of petitions. We've already seen what happens when you fill up a petition.
Sorry to interrupt you. You're very muffled. I can't hear you well.
Oh, let me fix this. 1 second. Let me take it off the speaker. So, hello, am I still there?
Yes, I can hear you better
Okay,
now. Thank you.
good. Okay. No, I was saying the thing about these petitions and signatures and whatnot, we have to get those things out of our mind. We tried once and it failed. It didn't necessarily fail. A petition, it doesn't matter if it has 5,000 signatures. You've already gotten the proper response. Anything that you want to see happen, if you enter it as an application and you put it to some form of a judge or a magistrate, then that's the proper way to get your opinions heard. But if you just keep on putting your signatures down, hey, I'll sign it with, where is it? I'll sign it. And then you put it in somebody's face and you think they have the obligation to honor it, and they don't. It's not an application. It's just a petition. And people keep saying, oh, let's get Rata out of here and let's put this petition and all that. At the end of the day, even if you do make an application of recusal and you send it to him, he's the one that's got to respond to it. And people are coming to say, oh, well, it's just the principle of the matter. No, we are so far in this game that we don't want to entertain the thought of somebody like Rata actually saying, okay, I'll actually I'll honor the application and I'll recuse myself. You know what that means? All this work up until now will be lost. That means the loss of our beloved advocate. He's gone and all of his work done for what? Because people want to. There's people who keep on coming out and pulling on your heartstrings. There's so many people who love the defense, who believe that the five accused are innocent, and rightfully so, right? But
Mhm.
these same people, the majority of these people, do not think long enough. They just let anybody come. Oh, that's my alarm. Hold on. Okay. They let anybody come in and say, "Oh, let's make this petition and let's." That will not work. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, we do not want a recusal anymore at this point. We want to see this trial to the end. Why? Because if it goes to the end, it goes to where it should go, the appellate court. That's the only thing we want. We don't care what happens now, what he's going to say, we want it to go to the appellate court. We want a full bench to deliberate on this. We want people to get exposed daylight. We want everything to come out on the record, everything that they didn't tell us before. Stop this thing of, let's sign a petition, petition, petition. Then these same people, by the way, this is the other thing I wanted to get into. These same people will broadcast video after video after video, again, playing on these on nice normal people and their emotions and provoking them to say, "Oh, why isn't Kelly arrested? Why isn't Kelly arrested? Kelly's a mastermind. According to this, Kelly's a mastermind." There's only one person in this whole trial that keeps saying Kelly is the mastermind, and that is Geninda. Geninda has no credibility, none. So how do you, with a straight face, say that, okay, the five accused, they are innocent? Oh, but Kelly, yeah, she's still the mastermind. She's the mastermind. How? How? How is Kelly a mastermind, but then our five accused are innocent? What are you even saying? Are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to these so-called people, these agents, these same agents? They always, every day, it's Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. Because guess what? Last week, Kelly was the mastermind. Guess what? This week is, oh, Kelly's the trigger puller. Kelly pulled the trigger. This one's going to come and say that Longway is telling the truth, and Longway is going to say that Kelly pulled the trigger. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Did Kelly hire herself to kill Senzo? Because what's going on here? Did she pull the trigger, or is she the mastermind? Because none of the evidence is saying any of that. You have people out here who are of mother and father age, playing on people's respect level and just saying anything that they want. And I'm sick and tired of it, yo. I'm sick and tired of it. There's people in the comment section that I respect because they want to be respectful as possible, but they're being provoked, like myself. There's people like, I'm not calling him up for a bad thing. He's a good person. If I'm saying the name wrong, I'm wrong. Dicolisa, for example. Dicolisa, if I'm saying it right, right? Doesn't want to be disrespectful, but it's saying, yo, every day we get a new theory, a new this, a new that, and I'm right with you. But it's like, you know what? You have to call a spade on these people, because the same people are gonna call Kelly out every day by hook or by crook. Yesterday she's the trigger puller. Today she's the mastermind. Make it make sense. How come every day we never hear a thing about Longway? You know why? I'm starting to suspect. Who sent you? Who sent you, sir? Did Chico send you? I want to know, did Chico send you? Because you never talk about Longway, and all the evidence post a Longway. You are pissing me off with this Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. Now today is, oh, let's make a petition, Arata. Let's make a petition. But he's gonna refuse it anyway, but it's the point of the matter. No, it's not the point. Why do you keep want to take us away from the appellate court? Why do you keep want to, every time this person comes with some theory, it's always something to take us away from the end goal. They want to make Kelly the guilty one by hook or by crook. They want to take us away from the appellate court so that we can go to the stupid de novo thing again. Be very cautious and be very careful about the people that pull on your heartstrings. I don't care how many videos they upload every day, early in the morning, talk about they're doing this for the people, that for the people. They're lying, okay? All the people do bad things all the time. They're not all good, and I don't care what anybody says. These are agents. You got agents in the comments with 20 screen names chatting with themselves to make you think that there's a larger conversation happening, and there isn't. You have agents uploading videos pretending to be normal people that, yeah, we're mad at this judge or we're mad at this prosecution. But no, all they're doing is provoking you to attack Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. And the reason why I'm getting pissed off is because You guys should know me by now. If you see my name anywhere, I like to call out those people that are playing games, these little agents, and everything that this person is doing is making me to feel like I'm defending Kelly. It's making me to feel like I'm protecting Kelly. And it's like, no, she she doesn't need any protection. All she got to do is go there and tell her side, tell her truth, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? All she got to do is go and tell her truth. We don't need people to tell us Kelly, 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 when nothing else says Kelly. The only person that ever said Kelly did this or did that was Ganinda. He was the only person, and you can't sit there and tell me he's a liar and that the five accused are innocent. But somehow we should. Oh, Kelly must be called to testify. Kelly must testify. Let me tell you something. Whether she does or she doesn't, it doesn't make or break the case anymore. It doesn't. She's out. She could tell the truth, but there's so many people that could tell the truth now. Makubo could come and tell the truth. There's so many people that could come and break this thing apart. That's what the state is so afraid of. And all these little, these little funny ass little people come from left and from right out of nowhere. 2 years later, brand new face come and talk about he's an advocate for this and this and the third. Man, I see you. I see you. You ain't fooling me. Man, you can fool all these other people. Hey, good morning, advocate. Good afternoon. You're doing great work. What good work? This guy don't even listen to himself. He don't even listen to himself anymore. Say one thing yesterday, and then today he'll just contradict himself. Completely. Never answers no questions. Never answers any questions. Sir, do you think Longway is innocent? Yes or no? Nothing. You told me that Kelly Kelly as a mastermind went out with your relationship with Tefo. So why are we hearing about Kelly again? You know, I, I, I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry for going crazy like this, and sorry for shouting and shouting. I'm out in the street, but that's what I want to do. I'm trying to warn people to stop allowing yourself to be used, okay? Because it's your view on this trial that's making you to think certain people are innocent, certain people, and you know what? We don't have the answers yet, but we're gonna get there. But stop letting people use you just because they're saying this or they're saying that. We've heard it all already. We've heard the petitions. We're done with that. We don't care for petitions. They don't work. You want something to happen? Make an application. It doesn't matter if it's only one person. One person. Make an application. Send it to a magistrate or a judge that where it matters. Who cares about a bunch of damn signatures? We're not trying to rename a street, you know? So anyway, yeah, I'm getting very sick and tired of that because every day it's a new topic. And then tomorrow's going to be about, oh, Beloy. We're going to be crying about Beloy, and no one's going to be talking about Longway still. No one's going to be talking about all the evidence still, you know? Come on, I'm getting really pissed off with these agents out here. That's why I love coming to your channel, because I love when you do these lives. You let people vent. You let people bring out what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's very tight on those other platforms. You know, those other disc jockeys and all that. Those people that sit behind the mics and all that. They're not very, fair as they like to put on and all of that. But that's why I love your platform very much, because we got to call a spade, and you're not being rude if you're just telling the truth. We want justice for Senzo. We really want. I don't care if you never heard of him before, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and now you do. He's a human being. He's a person. If they could have did it to him, they could do this to you. It's disgusting. Stop letting these agents come out of the woodwork to. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I don't want to let people forget what I'm saying. So I'd like to hear your response on that.
Dan in the building, on the streets. I think 82nd East Side. He said, step outside. If you want to fight me, I'm here. I'm ready for it. So Dan said a lot. Okay, said a whole mouthful. So I'm going to react where I think I remember. But first and foremost, the views expressed by our listeners are the views of the listeners. Okay, they do not represent the channel. Dun 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 dun. Whatever the disclaimer is. Okay, but my reaction to what you've said, petitions. If you guys have ever noticed, if you've followed me long enough or subscribed to me long enough, you will notice anytime there's any kind of petition, anything along those lines. I'm not an expert in petitions. I don't know how those work. I don't know what they represent. I don't know what. I've never heard, not once, that this petition was signed and then this happened. I'm yet to see that, and I stand to be corrected. And that is not my expertise. That is not what I represent, and that is neither the goals of this channel. The goals of my channel is specifically when it comes to, I don't only cover the Senzo Meyiwa case, in case you guys haven't noticed. I cover all that I find interesting. I would love to put out my reaction to the OJ Simpson, but it's like, I'll get 5 to 6 views. But for me, that's 5 to 6 people that have watched my video and listened to my opinion on something. And I don't do the petition route because that's not what I represent. That's not where I stand. Not that I don't believe in the petitions, but I haven't seen a petition that worked. I haven't. I could be wrong. I'll give you an example. Let's sign a petition for Chris Brown not to come to South Africa. Jiggy Jiggy, Chris Brown wins a Grammy. Jiggy Jiggy, Chris Brown is here. Everybody buys a ticket. Even those that were saying, I'm not buying a ticket. They're right there now posting videos. I'm there inside Parati, Chris Brown. And so, do you see what I mean? Like, petitions for me, from where I'm standing, I haven't seen what a petition is going to do. And that's my comment on the petition conversation. And then with regards to, I think Kelly Kumalo is accused number zero, okay, in this case. Brigadier Kinenda, he ran, okay, he ran to the NPA, Baloyi, and Baloyi said, stop it, okay, stop it. Don't ever talk about her again. We are not doing this. Even in court, when Kininda brings up Kelly Kumalo, do you notice that Brigadier Kininda goes dead silent? He doesn't even object. He doesn't even give Gininda the time of day. So I don't know what that's about, but one thing that we will do is watch and give our feedback and give our commentary around that. And then as for, what was the third point you brought up? I forgot the third point that you brought up. Oh, discernment. How can I put this? I think that we all need to have a discerning spirit. I think we all need to have a discerning spirit. Even when I post a video, my videos I post, I'm reacting to what's happening in the court. I'm reacting to what I see. I'm reacting to some of my thought processes. For example, my thought process today is, wait, is Mnisi going to do a trial within a trial? So I'm curious around that because that's intriguing my thoughts. Like, how's that going to work? So the legal realm is such an intriguing space. And it's not a copy and paste situation. It's not like preparing a McDonald's burger where you have the bun, the meat, the lettuce, the tomato, and maybe a little bit of mayonnaise here and there. No, it's not like that. It's literally case by case. That is why the situation with Umuzisibia is forcing their hand. It's forcing their hand. They are forced and backed into a corner because one, he has to have legal representation and his rights have to be observed. There's nothing they can do about it. There's no way they can work around it. They can't even say, no, we're not giving Nisi time to read the record. You must cross examine Geninda right away. And no, you cannot call back witnesses. If you notice, Judge Rata said, what did he say? He said, oh, I'm sorry. Lee is in the building. Let me beam you up. I'm just going on and on and on. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to my screen. So let me just finish my thought and then I'll welcome you on screen. So he said, you can bring an application to recall witnesses and I will consider it. Those are very, very powerful words. It's not go ahead and write your long list and it's all approved. It's I will consider it. When was the last time he said something along those lines? It was the battle between him and the late advocate Ngomezulu. And Ngomezulu said, I'm going to put in an application. And he said, you do just that and I won't approve it. Do you guys remember that? Go ahead and type it in the comment section if you do. Also, I want to see in the comment section which witnesses do you want Nisi to recall or put in an application for them to be recalled? Lee, welcome on screen. Go ahead and Mike, introduce yourself, and we want to hear from you. Should I unmic you? Should I unmute you?
Looks like Willie is not here.
I've been talking on mute. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Noni, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask Unfiltered name. Do you
Mhm.
remember that the guy that did a confession Gamuzi is Umboto, right?
Mboto, mhm.
Who did the confessions for the Granger case? Wasn't it Mboto too?
I don't recall off the top of my head, but that would be very, 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 very coincidental. Very coincidental.
If
That
you
would be
if you
crazy.
happen, if you have means and whatever, please let me know when you find out. Isn't it Mboto?
I'm going to check. I'm going to check.
Please.
Now you've piqued my and you've pulled my eyes all the way back.
Mm.
Because
Please,
wow, that
please
would be
check
a
it out.
wow.
Yes, you know why I'm asking, right?
I know
Because
why you're asking. I know where you're
yes,
going with this.
yes.
Um, guys,
So
if
it
you for
Mnisi
the
needs this.
what? Sorry. Go. Do you want to give the intro? Sorry, guys. Okay, my AC is shut off. Sorry for the noise. Um, what was I saying? So, what is Nani hinting at? You guys, we might not be in the same room and everything, but we're picking up and we're putting down. If you're not picking up and you're being left behind, let me bring you up to speed. So, there was a case before on in 2014, actually, coincidentally, and there's a guy. His name is Lupondo. And how do I know this guy? You guys typed him so many times in my comment section. I was like, oh my goodness, let's look this up. So Lupondo's lawyer told Kininda to his face that, you know what, you are something else. You're a work of art. You have a tendency to, put your hands on witnesses. And when you're doing so, it's not alleged because it's not alleged. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. It was said in court. And she said, you have a tendency of putting your hands on witnesses and not giving them legal representation. And dun dun is, that warning statement that he's so passionate about in this court. There's a reason why he's so passionate about it. But you know what? We're not there. And then so Lupondo said that he gave that confession, but it was not of his free will. He was made to do it. He was physically made to do it. So he did the confession, and then when who was part of the gang? Brigadier Kininda. He wasn't a brigadier then. He was a captain. No, he wasn't a captain. I can't remember what his ranking was, but his ranking was way different from what it is now. So why do I bring that up? Because I think it's quite interesting that Makubo is still a warrant officer. Um, Warrant Officer Makubo opened up a case against Brigadier Kininda. You all know the docket 375, and they can't promote him because things are wishy-wishy over there, okay? But Brigadier Kininda sat in court where he was accused. Okay, he has that track record where he was accused, but now he's a brigadier. I don't know how things work in the South African Police Services, but do you know who can answer that question for us? Patricia Mashale. How promotions work. You know what? I think that's a question, a video that we could do with her. So hold that thought, hold that thought. So what Noni is saying in that case over there was Mboto also the guy who took that statement from Lupondo. Did I get it right?
You sure did, babes.
So that's what she was hinting at. So we are going to, we've now launched a task force. Okay. We now have a task force. We're going to go back and check, okay, what happened back there inside Parati, that case. Was it Mboto? And if it was, that's two names that
Interesting.
are associated with the word confession and torture. and Brigadier Gininda. That would be such a coincidence. And
Mm-hmm.
I think there's just way too many South African Police Service members for there to be such a coincidence. So for now, we're going to say allegedly because we don't know. Okay, we don't know. We
Yes.
do know that my lord listens to Abondaba. So
Do you think Canada listens to our channels? I wouldn't be surprised.
does Gininda listen to YouTube channels? I want to say Gininda loves himself and Gininda loves to hear his own voice. Would Gininda sit down and listen to people talk about him? I don't think so. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what anyone has to say about him. He doesn't
Okay.
care because what he cares about is his wish to say, my lord, I'm really trying here, and I'm here to
Ah,
assist the
you are
court.
so annoying.
I'm here to assist the court, my lord, and I don't like the insertion that Advocate Mnisi is putting across. So he loves to play innocent. And that's from the observation I've heard, because there's no other witness that I've ever heard who spends so much time trying to appear innocent. Why would you want to appear innocent if you're not guilty of anything? See, that's what stands out. And that's the discernment that I was going to go into earlier, that I listen and I don't listen while, I listen and then I'm saying, I have the ability to study personalities. So I'm not a professional, but I'm very good at picking people out and seeing through people. I'm very, very good at it. So Kininda's personality stands out to me. So when you ask me, do I think he watches YouTube channels? No. Why would he waste his time? Kininda loves an audience.
I
Kininda
think there is a difference between him and Ubaba Kamfana, ne? Because Ubaba Kamfana, because he works in the media space, he understands that you need to know what are people thinking. Then it's different for the police. This one is just a cop. There's a difference because this one is not trained when it comes to the media space. That is the difference. Otherwise, they do have similarities here and there, the two of them.
Ubaba Gamfana, he's gone on a hiatus. He's disappeared. He's decided. He's taken some of our advice. I know I've advised him as well. Speak
Mm-hmm.
on, he's unspoken to. He disappeared after Longwe, Twala disappeared, and then there was a warrant of his arrest. That was the last time we heard from him, or at least that was the last time I heard from him. And he's now focused on where he needs to be focusing on. He appeared at Winnie Kumalo's funeral,
Funeral.
the not Kelly Kumalo's funeral. He appeared there. He gave a speech. You see, those are the appropriate places where we want to hear from someone in the industry. We want to hear his expertise and we want to see him put his money where his mouth is at. And, that kind of thing. I think that was well placed for him. And that's good. It takes us away from the direction of the SENZO MEYIWA trial. It's when he's constantly talking SENZO MEYIWA, SENZO MEYIWA, SENZO MEYIWA. Someone once put a comment and said, but he wasn't even there. But why is he so focused, so inside? And I think he took the words to heart from the comment section, and he's exercising caution, and I love that. I love that for him. That's good for him. It's going to help with his legacy, because at the end of the day, he is a legacy builder. That's my thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Nani, anything to share with what Dan was sharing? I think Dan has gone
I
back to
I
work.
I did not hear Dan because
Okay.
I got a call. I did not hear the last part when he was sharing things.
Okay. So let's continue on. Comment section. Tutu says, thank you, dear. Onondava, we will be waiting. You know what? I love this comment so much. She says, Onondava, we will be waiting for you, my Lord. Asipeli amandla, asoze apele amandla, my Lord. Amen. I love that. Masterpiece says, "Hi, Nani. Gininda is a criminal, allegedly. Okay, allegedly, he deserves to go to prison." So this is one of the things that Dan was saying, that don't do the petitions, let the court run its course, because we want to see, okay, we want to see what is my lord going to do, who's going to be in contempt of court, what happens, to people who were under oath and saying the unoathable, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be interesting, because so far we haven't seen any consequences for any bad behavior. You know, a
For
child gets.
Abozungu.
What is going to happen? What is going to happen? What is going to I also want to know what is going to happen. What is going to happen? Because as it is right now,
Especially the ones that are trained cops. Especially
yes,
those ones.
especially the we do not do warrant statements gang.
Oh, speaking of statements, this thing yabo, this thing yabo, uh, it's in warning statements, ne?
Hmm.
Why would first of all, before I go there, I have that book Iqabani, but I have not read it. I'm gonna read it while we are in this holiday of 2 months. I'm gonna read the entire book. I was
Ooh,
taken aback.
I'm just
I
reading
love
chapter
reading.
18, or is it page
I,
18?
I love reading, but I was taken aback to realize ukuthi it is there in the website of SEPS, and Brigadier Kininda knows
It is
nothing about the
there.
book,
It is
and an
there.
entire Brigadier knows nothing about the book, and the book forms part of a guideline on how they
No, you
work.
have to understand something. Remember what I said about Brigadier Kininda?
Mm,
He loves attention in the positive light. He knew that if you notice what happened,
mm.
Nisi said, "Do you know the book Itabane?" And he said, "No." And Nisi said, "Thank you. Have a nice day, everybody. I'm done with my cross examination." He knew. So he knew that if he acknowledged the book, he was now pushing himself into a tiny little corner where he makes his tiny little
Oh,
mistake. So he had to say, "I don't know the book." So there was no way that Umnisi could force him to say, "You know the book." Unless inside the South African Police Services, you read the book and you sign a document that says, "I've read the book." If that exists, then he knows the book. Or if the book had a different name a few years ago, but the book doesn't have a different name. Okay, everybody knows the
no,
book.
it doesn't.
I don't know why he's denying the book, because I was able to find it. I was able to read it. I read page 18. Page 18 or chapter 18. I didn't read the whole thing, but it's there,
Mm,
and not illegal. It's an official document. So then now it goes back to the people that he came, the other brigadier that he said, brigadier something starts with an N. The other brigadier that said, "Oh, no, we don't have to do warrant statements, blah, 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 blah." He wrote a whole statement, Mr. Brigadier over there, only to find out you're one of the co authors of the book. What do you
mm.
mean? The guy who works in the legal department. Yeah, him. I remembered. He wrote a whole statement, affidavit, saying blah blah blah. You don't have to do the warning
But
statements.
that book is very specific in Unfiltered, saying that only an official,
Hmm.
and it's also very specific on after 1994. This is the only official. So them coming to make excuses, ukuthi if we don't have what you call a stationery, that's not our problem. You better make sure you have stationery. So when you don't have stationery, you must use things that are coming from the apartheid. It's so wrong. People need to get charged in their jobs.
And that is why the continuation matters, because what are they going to do now that it's on record and it's an official court ruling? A judgment is passed based on the police department did not use Ntontoni statements, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What then are they going to do in the police services about it? What's the effect? There has to be a cause and effect. That's for me what I would like to see, the continuation. That's something that has spiked my interest. Minister of Police, whoever is in
Yeah, I
this
was
legal
about to
department,
say.
are they all listening? Well, they might not be listening in. But you know who could get their attention? Patricia Mashali. She's very good at tagging them and bothering them and annoying the hell
Yeah.
out of them.
Yo, she
These
does.
days she's on Ian's case. And I'm just like, Patricia does
I
not
think
let
Ian,
go.
if Ian is those white dudes that swear a lot, the way he swears when he sees those texts.
I bet you he's like, I can't even block her because oh my God, she'll go. So I think that I think that this needs people who are within that realm who understand what is going on and can stand up and say, hey, but the warrant statement shouldn't be like this, or it should be like this, but the book says this, and this is what we were all trained. For example, Warrant Officer Makubo, when he was being cross examined, I think it was Baloy. No, Baloy was cross examining him, and he said, um, I can't remember what the question was, and he responded and said, I'm not guessing. I know. And they said, how do you know? And he said, I was trained. That's how we were trained. I know from class. And said, do you have any official documentation? And he says, well, go ask the training people. That's how we were taught. So those are some of the things that are side spider webs that will happen because of the Senzo Meyiwa trial. And I feel that by paying attention to that and making it clear within South African police services, that will assist other cases as well. Because Bongani Ntanzi was arrested for the Nongoma case, but never appeared in court for it within 48 hours. And that was
And is not
unlawful.
even in the docket or indictment of that Nongoma case.
He's not even there. Not even there. Not even there. Kliniselani is the one who was convicted for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they now try to pin another one on him, ammunitions and Dontoni, and then there's 30 plus other cases. But Keninda can't say this
And
is the
there's no
same
case
Keninda.
numbers.
Now, no case
Eh,
numbers, no investigation, nothing, nothing. It's just Keninda's word. Meanwhile, Bongani Ntanzi was held in custody until the Senzo Meyiwa um, court date, which was in October. So July, July, no, July, August, September, October, 4 months. 4 months
I
later.
choose number three, and Bongani and Bongani Tanzi will milk the department dry with when they win this case.
Absolutely. And
They will. This one will start with malicious prostitution, 4 years in solitary confinement.
ooh,
Mm-hmm. And then come back to the case now, Ukuti, the other thing that they will all five of them sue for. Can you imagine that?
that's a lot. That
First of
is
all, for four
crazy.
years, I was in solitary confinement. That's malicious prostitution. So that one alone is a lot of money. Then let's talk about me being prosecuted for a case that I know nothing about. Too. Yo,
And then there's what's his name? Zamogu Lembata as well. They still owe
yo,
him money. That's still
yo.
pending, waiting. It's a lot. All this is all on the taxpayer's dime while we're waiting and waiting and waiting for Kininda to get to the point. I think, my lord, if you're listening, please,
My
one
lord needs
little
to stop
request.
Kininda now. My
Can
lord
you
needs to stop
please
Kininda.
assist us and help the witness minimize his responses? We can't in 2025 still listen to him talk paragraph upon paragraph. Sometimes
There
when I'm
was a
writing my notes, I
there
just
was
write.
an English that was used. Do you remember when Mnisi and I was like, no man, I don't think this man wanted to say this. There was an English that was used, and I'm like, I'm not an English person myself, but this is so wrong in all levels of being wrong. Ukininda was like, I don't like the but he was saying he doesn't like the suggestion that if he and I he goes to look for Simpiwe's documents for they will end up getting missing. The words that he used to describe all of that, and I'm unfiltered. I wish you can listen to that again. That
So
English.
Kininda's English sometimes is like, sir, you're just a policeman. What are you doing? What are you doing? As
Hi.
Ushololo once called him. And I think that because he loves one thing about Keninda. Keninda loves himself. That one you
Mm.
cannot argue with. He loves himself so much, and he being a brigadier is not enough for him because that's how when he gets to places and they say no, you're just a policeman, for him that's so undermining. That's why he pursued, in my opinion, he said, you know what, I'm tired of these advocates always minimizing what I've got to say. I want to walk into the room and now they have to listen to what I say because I'll also be there inside Pagati with the advocacy.
Does he even pass?
Wait, well, he didn't tell us. He loves to volunteer information. Why did he leave this one out? Why didn't he say, my lord, guess what? I've
I
got
did
good
well.
news. He loves to volunteer information. And then he'll say, and then when I tried to talk about it, Mnisi stopped me. Mnisi stopped me, but I wanted to talk about it and I brought the warning statements. But then he said he didn't need my help.
Unfiltered, have you noticed how Mnisi will never miss an opportunity to jab Gininda? You are
Never.
just you are not a doctor. You
Nisi also doesn't give him the attention. I love how Nisi treats him. When he's doing his lectures and he's like, "Yes, go in, go deeper, Kininda, go deeper." And Kininda thinks this is the day that the Lord has made, and Advocate Nisi is going to apologize. Nisi just continues to the next question. It's like, "Oh my God, Nisi, what are you
that
doing?"
that day when he said, "I can," me and your interpretations are slangani down.
Nisi does not play, and he also doesn't forget, which is why the state needs to understand that when Mnisi is reading the record, they also need to be reading the record because Mnisi is reading the record. Okay, he's reading that record, and he's going to find things that probably slipped because Mnisi is not the kind of guy who overlooks things. Jose says, "Asibizwanga sizizele. Keep up, Mzansi. Pondaba." Fight
It's
against the
love.
corrupt police, the Ginindas, the Valois. Don't lose hope. I'm reading that comment because did you guys see the accused yesterday? Mr. Cameraman, shame on you for not showing us Umuzi Sibiya. I mean, the whole conversation was about him, and not once did the camera focus on Umuz. They were devastated. Did you guys see that? Did you see that?
With 3, 4, and 5 we leave it.
They were in shock. They had nothing to whisper amongst themselves. They had no side conversations. Remember, they haven't seen each other in a while. They had nothing to say. It was devastating. Let me read through the comments and then oh my goodness, guys, we've been here an hour 30 minutes. It's always so easy to lose track of time with you guys, and I love it so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do
With
throughout these
myself.
next 2 weeks because 2 months. Because what? What do you mean? The problem is I've started binge
When is
watching.
Taba Pesta coming back?
Tababesta is coming with a bang at the end of the month.
You're only
But
on the
don't
end.
forget him also, he has many applications and Dondonis and Nandipas appear. We don't know. So we don't know. Because the
Mm,
last time they were doing pre-trial, so they should be starting.
they should be.
And then there's also AK and Friends, AK
When are they
and
coming?
Tips. I think those guys is May. I think it's May. I think they are coming in May.
Okay.
Yep. And then
We have
Josh,
insurance fraud also.
those guys are something. Guningi, and it's all because of what? I think
Mula.
yeah, it's all from money, but it wouldn't be this easy if processes were followed and things would be caught earlier. I don't know.
Can
I don't know.
Mabunda come and investigate Kininda?
What?
Mabunda don't play.
But to investigate Gininda, 375 has to start. I think that's the challenge they have right now. So let's go. Noza says, we as Amaxhosa, we call Wondava Oshwashi. Oshwashi in the building. Wondava, says Dorcas. Solomon says, Klima, boss lady, all the way from Pumalanga, Bombela. Wow. I'm just so in awe, guys, at like the different locations that are checking in. It's crazy to me. It's just so Dan sounds like Logwe. Um Dumisani says we are here. Dan is 100% on point. Dan is livid. Dan was livid. Dan, we are listening. Um, good evening, all. Good evening. How are you doing? We want justice for SENZO MEYIWA's family. Guys, my heart broke. So I was like, this is not going to end this year. I don't know if you remember last year we were predicting that June 2025 for sure things would be done. I don't even see 2026. I think, yeah, I think it's going to be next year. Still waiting for justice. Sad. It's quite sad. Noni got a call, but she's back. I wish Mkwananzi calls out Gininda necrew yakhe bonke ababesendlini from Kelly sibabone nabo beshushiswa. Um, I think that this is what I was saying when Dan was speaking. I think that we just don't know there's a higher power in all this. I don't think it's Gininda because whoever it is has got money because all this needs money. And I don't understand why all this has to be done because Senzo Meyiwa got shot. And Senzo Meyiwa was the only victim. I think that we don't even know the real story. I think there's an even bigger cover up. I don't know what it is, but it's so huge that there's so much dedication and motivation to keeping this hidden. That's my opinion. We have a channel member in the building. Mxolisi says, good evening, Mzansi Unfiltered family. Sipagati inside within. Thank you, channel member. Thank you for being a member. Absolutely appreciate you. Um, Liponza says, yes, he does. Mr. LLB doesn't care to listen to us. He only cares to talk. You see? See? This is what I was saying. Mr. LLB doesn't care to listen to us. He only cares to talk, to walk to freedom, explanation, and collaboration. Exactly. I don't think so. He could care less what anybody thinks about him. That's the vibes I get. And sometimes I see in the comments people saying, what does he say when he gets home? What does I don't think anyone says anything to him. Hello. Mandla says, I'm your favorite. You're my favorite too. But you don't comment. Otherwise, I would recognize your name. Unless you're commenting from a different channel. And Messi number 2 says, good evening. Hello. Um, William says, Gininda's English is self-incriminating. That's what Noni was saying as well. He says disposed an affidavit, which means the affidavit was thrown away. Exactly. I disposed of it. I threw it out. Can I speak on 375? Sure, Dan. Come on up. I thought you were gone. We as Tonga, we call you guys. Guys, you're giving us so many names. Wait. What was it before? Wait. I have to find it. Shwe, shwe. What's the Xhosa word? Oshwashri. So there's Oshwashri, and then there's mm, my pronunciation is going to butcher this one. Let me try. Vana Mahungu. Did I say it right? No.
Yes, you did. You did.
Can you say their name, please? I'm also scared to say the name.
It's Vanwa Mahungu. You said it
No,
right.
the name, the name.
Oh, the name of the person.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I've been telling this person Okote, I don't know how to pronounce their name. I
And
don't
it's
know whether
double.
we
It's both the name and the
the
last name.
surname. Yes, yes. I remember I said to
Mm,
them, I don't know if it's that X we're supposed to use it as a Z or as an X.
Hmm. Now I'm so intrigued.
Whether it is Zambo, it is Zaha, Zahumba, user Zahumba, or Kahumba, user Kahumba. So I don't know.
No, this is a play
Oh,
on words. It's a play. Okay, it's not an actual.
Shahumba. Oh, but it's Shahumba.
Ah. Let me see. Let me see another comment. Baloy and Keninda are. I'll let you guys
God,
read
God
that.
is watching. I'm glad you do same thing I do when I get to things that I'm like, oh.
Did you see Dudu is in court for saying I see you?
Yeah.
Just a simple word. Shahumba. Ah. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, it's Shahumba user. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Shah. Welcome. So, yes, I've read all the comments. I can't believe I finished all the comments. Yay. So,
Thank you
let me
so
check.
much for this unfiltered. It was great. We
When are
needed
you
it.
live again? So, what's the plan for the next 2 weeks? What are you up to? I'm going to travel, ladies and gentlemen. Do you guys want me to do a vlog? Will you watch it?
Yes. Yes, please.
I'm going
I'll
to
watch with all
travel.
my accounts, please.
I'll probably do, I don't know. I don't know. I'll see how I'll do it. I'll do, yeah, I'm going to travel. I'm going to enjoy
I'm
this
also traveling.
downtime.
You know that I was in Cape Town. I went to Joburg. From Joburg, I went to KZN. From KZN, I came to East London. So I
Yeah,
must go back
tour.
to Cape
You're on
Town.
a country tour. Where are you going next?
No, I'm going back to Cape Town.
Limpopo.
No.
You have to go to Limpopo and Pumalanga. You're going back to Cape Town soon?
Yeah. I must yeah, soon.
Which one? No Mataru Kanyile.
Hey,
You
hey,
didn't
hey.
read mine.
That's what she
Okay,
posted. Hey,
there.
hey, hey.
I'm not only
Yes.
gonna read it, I'm gonna beam it. Hey, hey, hey. Hi. You're calling me out. Don't be sad. I didn't miss it. It's because I jumped to see Shahumba. How are you doing? Thank you for checking in. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for commenting. If you're out there outside the club wondering, man, I really wanted to comment. I wanted to let her know my feelings. This club is strictly reserved for channel subscribers. It forces you to subscribe, and if you are outside the club watcher, well, it's your loss. It's your loss. Exactly, Robert. Better late than never. You almost missed us. Almost. Hello, hello, hello.
Imagine we've been here for almost 2 hours.
We're almost hitting 2 hours. Wow. But yeah, so I was saying I'm gonna do a little bit of travel. I'm excited about that. And I'm going to read a book. There's a book that I bought. It's still in its original package. I haven't even opened it yet. Um it was on Advocate Daily Fix as channel. So I was like, I'm interested to read that book. So that's going to be a book I'm going to read. I don't know if it's going to take me 2 months to read that book, but it's not 45,000 pages. I'm just happy I don't have to read 45,000 pages. So I take notes, guys, when I'm watching, and I have so many notebooks, and I'm not representing the accused. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is a lot. This is a lot of notes. It's a lot. It's a whole thesis that I probably would be able to write out of those notes. Because one thing about this trial, it is shocking. the things that happen, and we're not even done. Namibia, Fiona, how you doing? Hi, Namibia. This case is just shocking.
Hello, Fiona. Hello, Fiona. How are you doing?
Fiona, we're waiting for you to respond. You might as well come up and chat with us. But I'm about to end the live. We're about to end for tonight. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for honoring the invitation and coming up and us listening and talking to each other. Nani, thank you for co hosting, co chatting. Is there anything else you want to bring up to the front of the table before we
No,
shut this
man.
down? Because
Thank you
I'm not
so
sure when
much.
I'm going to
It
go live again.
We'll talk on Instagram. But I just want to say thank you so much for even allowing me to be in your space. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to our viewers. We really appreciate you guys for everything that you do for
Always.
our channels. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be where we are with our channels. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. It's very, very much appreciated. It's just a pity, Unfiltered, that I won't be able to see my crush the entire time for 2 months.
You know what? I
Mm.
Nani, you're crazy. I worry about them, guys. I really do when they don't come to court.
Mm.
I
And what
really, really do. I really worry about it. And this is a
He's a very smart
long
guy,
stretch.
man, guys. He's a very smart guy. Do you know how he knows how to bring certain things into the table? He doesn't just bring evidence when it's
Hmm.
needed. That guy is very smart. I wonder which standard did he drop at school. He needs to go back because he's very smart.
Oh, Nani.
Very smart because he knows how to strategize. Even Keninda gets surprised, I'm sure.
Even Baloi, he takes them off guard. He takes them off guard. Um,
Yeah.
and he's very passionate. I mean, for a convicted felon, he's very passionate about being cleared off of this case. And I love that for you. And it stands out. I
Ew.
do. I have voluminous notes. Voluminous. It's voluminous, my lord. Look at this
Uxolisi.
stack.
Oh,
And I have to put them in order because I'm very sequential in my note. I'm very good at note taking. I'm very sequential. And then if I lose, like if I want to go back to Pinky and the phone numbers, I know exactly which notebook to go to. I know. But so if I lose my order, it's like, oh my God, I can't remember when this was. I don't date them. And my pages are not numbered, my lord. Okay. But I know exactly what's there.
a bit of advice, Unfiltered. You need to
Huh?
pay to number a bit of advice, Unfiltered. Please, you need
Number your
to
pages.
number your pages. You can't read until Mandela comes back from the dead.
I don't know what Mandela ever did to my lord, but can he let him rest in peace? That's our request for 2025. Can you let Mandela rest in peace? Wow.
No, not happening. Anyway, thank you so much. Let me go, guys. It was such an incredible time to spend with you. Almost 2 hours. Yo, bye, guys.
But you've been here the whole time. Two cylinders. And yes, I'll be driving. You know what? Guess what? Guess what? I had to reach out to my friends. Okay, I had to reach out to my friends because I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, I had a challenge today. Okay, they were talking about cylinders, and I don't know anything about cylinders. Can you please tell me my car, how many cylinders does my car have? Why are you asking this question? Don't worry. How many cylinders does my car have? All I know, does my car have 8 cylinders? No, your car doesn't have 8 cylinders. How many cylinders? Why are you asking this question? You have to understand, guys, my family and friends don't know I do this channel. I'm like, I just needed to understand what 8 cylinders is. What's 8 cylinders? Do you guys want me to read the messages to you? Let me read the messages to you. I
What did they say it
can
was?
can you just s- tell me why do you want to know all of a sudden what 8 cylinders is? Okay, let me read you this message. I should screenshot and share this for you guys because my lord really intrigued me because he needed us to know about these cylinders. And all I know about my car is that there's gas and that I turn it on, and we go from A to B. That's it. And I'm like, do I have 8 cylinders? No, you don't have 8 cylinders. What do I have? Okay, let me read. How many cylinders is my car? And reading this, guys, this feels very silly. After all these years, why are you concerned now? Just answer my question. Because I need to understand when someone says, I drive an 8 cylinder. Do you guys see the research I do behind the scenes? I need to
You sure
understand when
do.
someone says, I drive an 8 cylinder, what that means versus a 2 cylinder. And then you tell me this dumb nonsense that I don't care about, but I'll read it to you guys. In simple terms, 4 cylinder means you're shifting 4 times before it hits top gear. Like, that's not the question. Why are you telling me this? 6 cylinder shift 5 times. I'm like, okay, okay. So I think I have a 6 cylinder. I think I have a 6 cylinder. 6 cylinder shifts 5 times. And as a result, has one additional gear edge over a 4 cylinder, which translates into additional fuel and speed. Dun dun is. And I'm looking at this like, how many cylinders do I have? Because for me to give the commentary, guys, I needed to understand the power of the car. Okay. That's why I was asking this question. But I couldn't because then this not comment, this message goes on to say, same story for an 8 cylinder. The higher the cylinder, the more power speed, hence more fuel as well. Bruh, just tell me, is my car what cylinders do I drive? Okay. Um, and then they tell me what my car is. And then I say, oh, okay, so my car is a 6 cylinder. I didn't know that. I found out yesterday. Thank you, my lord. Thank you. Okay. So I'll tell you my driving habits if you guys are curious. The reason I am curious on the power of the car is because of my driving pattern. So I was like, wait, am I in an 8 cylinder? But anyway, so then I say, so what car has an 8 cylinder? Sports cars, heavy duty
Oh,
trucks. I was like,
oh my goodness.
oh. So my lord is driving. Okay. So he's probably driving I don't know. I don't know what kind of car he's driving, but it's a very, as he told us, he made it very clear, very clear. He hasn't been driving a 2 cylinder car since
On a
he was
German car, there he has the German car, I'm sure.
I'm sure it pulls a lot of power and a lot of fuel. That's why he was complaining. But
Mm. And I
so
felt like
that's when
old
you
age
guys
is
get to
catching
find
up.
out something. Huh?
I was like, yabona la, old age is catching up with him. Senzeni ngale information.
I'm like, my lord, I think you might want to do a driving challenge with me. We'll see. So, yeah. So, my friend teaches me to drive very badly, but I'm a safe driver. Okay. I'm a very good defensive driver, but you can't catch me on the road. Can't. It's not possible. Bye, Nani. Bye, Robert. Bye, Fezega. Bye, Nani. You go with your 4 cylinders to Cape Town.
Leave me
No, she's
alone.
flying. She's flying. She's flying on the many cylinders. Sammy says the way Rata is obsessed about Mandela, he will also. Mm.
We are verified too. We are
This is why you
verified to
guys are
sin.
called Bondaba. This is why, and by Bondaba, Judge Rata was not
Actually,
talking about YouTube channels, guys. He was talking about the collective. Okay, he was talking about the collective, the
actually,
comment section, the channels. And Don is you guys have up on his case. And this is I think they're not used to this. I think that who's which case was I listening to? Because I listened to more than just the SENZO MEYIWA case. Which one was it? I think it was I know which one it was. It was the bail application for the two guys inside the AKA and Tibbs murder trial. And my lord, they were asking if they should turn on the cameras or turn off the cameras, blah, blah, blah. And my lord was like, it is what it is. At this point in time, it is what it is. Like, this is the day and age we're in where the trials are streamed. And that's just the thing, right? We got to see Ukoko, what's her name? Dr. Maweni, we got to see Musa Kaula, all because of technology. Technology is allowing us to see this. Otherwise, we would have never known what happened to Musa Kaula. He would have just disappeared from Twitter, and you're like, what's going on? It's gone dead silent over there. But
Unganhlekisi, please. Why did he look like ungubongani danza kagezanga for 8 days?
no, 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 no.
Musa was looking like akagezanga for 8 days.
Because no, because Butelezi didn't come with the 500 rands. How much did the friend give?
500 years.
Yeah, because no one has gone to visit him.
For him to be blowing kisses, I'm like, Musa, aren't you in trouble already? What to
Musa
tell me?
Kaula doesn't care. That's the thing. I think his case is coming up. I think his case is coming up soon. No,
Yes,
or is
it
it Gogo
is.
Maweni? Whatever. I think one of them's cases. Like, I was never going to follow Dr. Maweni's case because I was just never going to follow it until they did the bail application. I was like, wait a minute. How come her
Nami.
bail application is so nice and smooth? Hmm? So that's when I paid attention. That's when I paid attention. I'm going to drop the mic over here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks for staying the entire almost 2 hours. If you've been here until the end, you already know. Drop that 5 in the comment section, okay? And I'll definitely be there to show you some love. Robert says V8 engine is 8 cylinders like a Merc E350. Bye, Liponza. Thank you, family. I'm going to end it here.
Bye, family.
Bye, bye. Good night. And I'll post in the community tab the next time I go live. Okay?
Did
Bye.
you did you watch the Mango and Skakane?
No, no,
You
no.
didn't watch the JP case for Eastern Cape?
I didn't watch it. If the topic doesn't interest me, I don't watch.
Oh, okay. You,
What is theirs about? Theirs is about the is it the
I think
what is
it's
it?
something that you will actually love to break down when you are on your 2 week 2 months don't and you will find yourself not busy. Please go catch up.
What is that one about?
It's
Then I'll
about the lady Andiswa is accusing
yes.
JP of
Okay.
sexual harassment.
So I'll explain why I avoid topics like that. Because the reason I avoid topics like that is because
Too
there's a
many
lot of
lines get blurred.
gender yes, there's a lot of gender-based violence. I don't want to give
Yeah,
commentary. I don't want to trigger people. That's the reason why. I knew that that must be the case you're referring to. So I avoid those because it's triggering and
mm.
it's people's reality. And if someone says you touched me inappropriately, that's that person's perception. So I don't want to be breaking that down and saying, touched you way. How? Show us. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to
Yeah.
be re triggering, especially victims of gender based violence. So I stay away from that topic.
This one is a different one, guesses. You better go just listen, then you tell us if you want to break it down or not. Because Lana, hey, I see a but ngicela uye
Is there
please.
money involved?
Kuningi nje oku-involved nokuthi we are still waiting for a victim to say I don't like what you are doing. Asikakayitholi leyo ipart.
Do you know what I do have though? I have time. Okay. If there's one
Please.
thing I have, is time. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm
Ngicela
not
just
opposed
you
to it.
listen to it, then drop me a message on Instagram ungitshela ukuthi what you think, like in terms of no, I decided ukuthi I will actually do a commentary. If not, sharp. I won't hold it against you. But I think we do need you to, if finish after listening you are interested, but ngicela uye because I felt like for the real victims sinenkinga.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay, you've represented them well. Okay, I will consider if I will advocate
Thank you
for
so
them
much.
on my channel. It's just topics like that. They really, I,
I understand.
even what's his name? That's why I didn't cover the boy. What's his name?
Lawrence.
Sonia Mbele son.
Oh,
Sonia.
Sonia Mbele, yes.
I don't cover topics like that. They,
Okay.
it's not fun. I like to have fun. I like to laugh.
Yeah.
That's the thing with me. So if it's not fun, I can't do it. Then I have to be serious, and then who's gonna watch the videos? We're gonna be sad.
Yeah.
So Good night, everybody. I love you so much.
Love you guys. Bye, fam.
Bye.